Students, welcome again to the course of Marketing of Financial Services. And the point of discussion as well learning today is Cibil. The outline of the video or the session today is Introduction to Cibil. What do you mean by Cibil score as well Cibil report? Eligibility to check Cibil score. Trying to understand the factors affecting Cibil score, types of credit that impacts score, benefits of maintaining a good Cibil score, and what is the difference between consumer Cibil bureau versus commercial Cibil bureau. Let us try to understand what the points are. The first, in terms of introduction, let us try to look at the long form of Cibil. Cibil, the full form is Credit Information Bureau India Limited, which is also known as TransUnion Cibil. It is India's oldest credit information company and provides credit related services to its members nationwide. It is established in the year 2000. Cibil has been collecting and maintaining credit information of Indian residents. TransUnion Cibil receives details of its loan and credit cards from all NBFC and banks operating in India, which is then used to generate the Cibil credit report or the Cibil score. Cibil is headquartered in Bangalore, the credit rating agency responsible to rate bank loans, municipal corporation, capital market instruments, and SME. Other than this, it is also responsible to grade real estate investments, hospitals, NGO, and MFI. It offers various rating systems depending upon the different financial instrument. Dear students, on the basis of credit report which is generally provided by Cibil, lenders analyze the credit history of an applicant and determines his or her suitability for new loans or credit cards. This way, Cibil performs an essential role in Indian financial system. As per the latest records, Cibil is associated with more than 2,600 institutions, which include several leading public and private sector banks, financial institutions, housing finance, and non-banking financial companies. In the year 2017, Cibil launched its MSME, that is Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise rank system to help lenders assess the risk of providing loans to the business. With this, we move to the second point which is of our concern is called as Cibil score. Cibil score is also known as TransUnion Cibil score. It is a three-digit number ranging from 300 to 900. This score sums up an individual's credit behavior, which includes his credit repayment history, frequency of applying for loans, credit cards. Cibil score reflects how an individual has dealt with loans or credit cards in the past. The higher is the individual's Cibil score, close to 900, the better are their chances of getting loan approved for in future. Similarly, let us try to understand the concept which is called as Cibil report. Cibil report is a report of individual's credit history oblique behavior. The credit report that is generated by Cibil is known as Cibil report or is also called as CIR, which means Credit Information Report. This document shows individuals' credit history with respect to repayment of all prior loans and credit cards. As the Cibil report only takes into account the handling of credit instrument, other financial instrument such as your net worth, plays no role in how high or low your credit score will be. With this, let us move to the next point of our interest and try to understand what are the eligibility to check the Cibil score. Here, any person residing in India can check his or her Cibil score subject to following condition. Condition number 1, he should have a valid PAN card, credit history, that is, one must have previously utilized some credit instrument like a credit card or a secured loan. These requirements are mandatory and individual Cibil score and report will not be generated unless these conditions are met. That is what are requirements of to check the Cibil score. Similarly, we also should be interested to know what are the factors that affect Cibil score. Cibil score is calculated using a credit history found in the Cibil report. It reflects a person's credit behavior, which includes frequency of applying loans, oblique credit cards, or credit payment history, also mix of secured and unsecured credit. Generally, a score closer to 900 is considered to be a good score. Some factors which affects the person's Cibil score are or are given on the slides and can be discussed. The first, loan repayment history, which means timely payment of your credit card bills, and EMI, that is equated monthly installments, affects individuals' Cibil score. Missing any timely payments of your credit card bills or EMI tends to adversely affect your Cibil score and thereby individuals' ability to secure a new credit in the future. That means one of the factor is repayment history. Second factor which needs to be looked into is credit utilization ratio. This ratio is calculated by dividing the amount of credit availed by the available credit limit. The higher the credit utilization ratio indicates heavy repayment burden that negatively impacts your Cibil score. A person with low credit utilization, that is lower than 30%, has a higher credit worthiness for the lenders and can avail additional credit with greater use. To conclude, credit utilization ratio should be lower than 30, which can help avail additional credit with greater ease. Third factor of discussion would be credit loan or credit card applications. Applications for new credit cards or loan triggers hard enquiries from prospective lenders. These inquiries show up on your Cibil report, which adversely affects your Cibil score in multiple hard enquiries show up on your report simultaneously. Also, credit mix is one of an important factor which do affect Cibil score. It is good to have a balance of secured and unsecured loans. Having too much unsecured debt in the form of credit card debt and the outstanding personal loan adversely affects your Cibil score. This is very clear because such credit behavior is often interpreted as a sign of mismanagement of personal finance. Having a mix of secured loans and unsecured loans can help individual to maintain a high Cibil score and increase the chances of availing new credit. Making frequent requests for increasing the credit limit on your credit card may increase the number of hard inquiries. If inquiries increases, it is definitely adversely going to affect your Cibil score, as it is perceived that there is a high dependence on credit by the potential lender, leading to an increased chance of default in future. Errors in credit reports, such as incorrect mention of default in repayment, wrongly assigned loan, credit card, error in passing, errors in personal information to affect your CIBIL score. Additionally, incorrect or delayed reporting by bank may also negatively impact your CIBIL score. Lack of credit history. Individuals' CIBIL score is calculated on the basis of credit behavior, loan repayment, credit utilization limit. Absence of credit history negatively affects your CIBIL score. It becomes difficult for the lender to determine the risk category the individuals fall into in case he or she has never taken a loan or never had a credit card. The last and most important factor of consideration is inability to fulfill your one's role as a loan guarantor. Becoming a guarantor for someone else loan becomes your liability to pay the loan in case he or she fails to make the payment of the loan. The guarantor's CIBIL score is impacted in case he or she fails to repay a loan where the primary borrower has already defaulted. These are some of the factors which needs to be taken into consideration because they are going to affect our CIBIL score. Moving forward, let us try to understand what are the types of credit that impacts the credit score. Dear students, as everyone here is aware of that, loans can be primarily divided into two categories, secured loans and unsecured loans. Secured loans, as auto loans, home loans, are secured by a collateral, that is security, whereas unsecured loans like credit cards, personal loans can be availed without collateral or security. Here it is recommended that you have a balanced mix of secured and unsecured loans which favorably affects your credit score and increases your chance of availing new credits. On other hand, having too many unsecured loans adversely affects your credit score and the prospective lender perceives a high risk in lending money to such individuals. Now, the question that would definitely come to our mind is continuously we are talking about a CIBIL score or factors that affect our CIBIL score or rating. If I have a very good score or individual possess a very good score, what are the benefits he is going to get if he maintains a good CIBIL score? Though CIBIL score is not only the thing that lenders look at when considering a loan or credit card application, it is arguably one of the most important ones. Some of the advantages are there are greater chances of loan application being approved, as a high credit score indicates higher credit worthiness and lower risk for the lender. One is more likely to receive interest at a lower rate. Loans and credit cards are approved quickly and easily. You have an access to pre-approved loan, ability to avail higher credit card limits, and discount on processing fees and other charges are applicable if you are going to have a good CIBIL score. We move to the tail end of the discussion of what do you mean by the most important thing, what is the difference between a consumer CIBIL bureau and consumer or commercial CIBIL bureau. As the name says, consumer and commercial. Let us try to understand. Consumer CIBIL Bureau maintains credit information of individuals, whereas CIBIL Bureau maintains credit information of the companies. The former gives the credit repayment history of individual across multiple loan type and lenders, whereas the latter conveys the credit worthiness of the company. The Consumer Bureau provides CIBIL credit reports for individuals, while Commercial Bureau provides CIBIL ranking to the businesses. With this, I cover one of the topic named Cibil in this video, wherein we have tried to understand the different aspects related to Cibil. Thank you.